Let's get straight to it.
I can hear my mama now. Gone, baby, pop your shit.
I can hear my mama now. Gone, baby, pop your shit. I can hear my brother right now. Fuck them niggas, talk that shit. Old gossiping ass niggas, what y'all out here gossiping about today? Since y'all love pocket watching, nigga, I did a 200 ball today.
Welcome to Geek and News Network. Back with another one better than the other one. I'm your host, Fetty Lotto, here to put a stain on your brain and bring you some news you could use. But check this out. Boxer Anthony Joshua, I believe he's the heavyweight champion in the UK. He just beat Jake Paul, which that wasn't a real fight, but it was a big payday. And he just beat Jake Paul about a week or two ago, something like that. He was just in a bad car accident in Nigeria where it left two of his close friends unalived, his personal trainer and his personal strength coach, something like that. But they did report that they were his two best friends, I think. So we're going to get into that accident, and it's a conspiracy theory going on right now that maybe he might have sacrificed his two friends because of where the accident occurred. You'll see what's going on where the accident occurred and the whole, specifics and details of it don't make sense to certain people. And, y'all tell me what y'all feel, man. Do y'all feel he sacrificed his friends? Or do y'all feel that he ain't stick to the script with the Jake Paul fight? Because, a lot of people throw them fights with Jake Paul. That's how he wins. And maybe he was supposed to do that, but then went in there and beat Jake Paul up. And a lot of people lost money behind that. So was it a hit behind that? Or was it just a natural tragedy? Well, let's get into it, man, and see what they're talking about.
You sacrificed two of your best friends for $100 million from Jake Paul and Netflix? Anthony Joshua sure would. On the morning of Monday, December 29th, Anthony Joshua was involved in a fatal car crash in Nigeria that resulted in the death of his personal trainer and his strength and conditioning coach. According to official reports, the rental...
Now, mind you, he is Nigerian. He's of Nigerian descent, but he was born in the UK, so he's like a Brit, Nigerian Brit, or something like that. And then, for somebody who is worth hundreds of millions of dollars like that, to be in certain areas, why are you even over there? People go to Nigeria all the time, but it's like, you rich like that, you in Lagos and you around all the rich shit, you ain't in the bush, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it, man. Let him cook.
The SUV Joshua and his friends were driving crashed into a parked truck in Ogun State barely 12 hours after the Brits had arrived in the country. Joshua's two friends were killed on impact, whereas AJ sustained only minor injuries. At face value, this seems like a tragic accident that AJ miraculously survived. But miracles don't happen in Ogun State. Sacrifices do. West Africa is a hotbed of black magic called juju.
There's a difference when you're up at 3 a.m., doing things to make things happen. No rituals, let's call it juju.
Which is where the New World religion voodoo takes its name and many of its rituals and gods from. A prominent god in West Africa folk religion is Ogun, which is an evil warrior deity that is not only worshipped in Nigeria, but...
All right, let's stop that right there when they start saying the evil word. We're not going to promote that. We're not going to promote that Ogun is evil. That's in the words of the people who made this. The channel is called Rego. I'm going to say the channel because I'm, reacting to your content. So the channel was called Rego. And I just want to put my opinion on that when he say that. Ogun is not evil, in my opinion. And let's get back into this.
Also in the Americas, particularly among black magic traditions like voodoo, as well as West African influenced cults in Brazil like Kimbanda, which is practiced by the UFC fighter Carlos Prates, who has the sigil of Ogun tattooed on his neck. The worship of Ogun requires sacrifice. Normally, this is in the form of small material offerings, like leaving tobacco and alcohol at altars or spiritually significant places like crossroads. In fact, all offerings require some sort of liminal space where our world crosses over with the spiritual world. Crossroads are the most common liminal space used. Crossroads, like where the accident with Anthony Joshua and his friends took place. On top of a liminal space like a crossroads, sacrifices to Ogun can be more visceral than tobacco and alcohol. It is common for West African juju practitioners to sacrifice animals, particularly chickens, as an offering to Ogun or another god. And in old times, humans were regularly sacrificed. In fact, the old times never really left Nigeria, as dark practices like animal and human sacrifice still go on there to this day. The elites in places like the UK and USA have been sacrificing people just as long as people in Nigeria have.
The babies, guys, babies! They're eating babies, literally! And I'm the crazy one!
And this practice is very...
That's the practice of them reptilians, man. They over there eating them babies and shit like that. That's all over the world. In government, in Hollywood. Your next door neighbor might be one. So types of shit going on out here in the world.
Common among celebrities like actors and boxers. Mike Tyson, a famous boxer like Anthony Joshua, has a suspicious incident in his life where his daughter was strangled by the cord on a treadmill.
Well, the death of Mike Tyson's daughter has definitely brought national attention to treadmill safety, and in particular, this safety cord right here.
I remember this Mike Tyson situation, and I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of suspicious then. Like, how can you strangle yourself to death with that? Like, that might have been some type of sacrifice, man. I don't know if that was a sacrifice. I don't want to put that on Mike and saying that he sacrificed his daughter or whatever. But I definitely believe that he was paid to throw that Jake Paul fight too. You know, he was definitely paid to throw that Jake Paul fight. So, you know, maybe this guy right here, Anthony Joshua, who was paid to throw the Jake Paul fight and then went in there and really beat his ass and showed him, like, you know, you can't really step in here with no real fighter. And maybe this happened for revenge for that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, man, people play on different levels out here. This shit chess, not checkers. And maybe the area that Anthony Joshua was in, he was there to get protection. You know, Ogun is more of a protective deity. He's more a protective deity than somebody that you just, you know, go sacrifice and do some evil shit to. You know what I'm saying? It don't usually work like that from what I know and what I've seen. You will have people that say something else, and that's their experience, and I can't take nothing from that, but I'm talking about from me and for what I've seen. And yeah, Ogun will be played more on a protective side. I mean, yeah, if it's a threat or whatever the case may be, you know, you can't use Ogun and get busy, but as far as like sacrificing your friends to him and shit like that, I mean, I don't know. That might be over my head spiritually. Not saying that it don't exist. I just don't know nothing about it. If you do, jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it.
Many people consider this to have been a child sacrifice. The famous R&B group Boyz II Men had their tour manager killed and then shortly after skyrocketed to international success. Interestingly, the tour manager was Khalil Rountree's father, and Boyz II Men dedicated a song to Khalil. For a more local example, the famous Afrobeats artist Davido's son tragically passed away at 3 years old, and many people in Africa consider this to have been a form of sacrifice. The list is.
And we want to keep this in mind too, even though this is a good topic, good conversation, and that's what we love over here at Geeker News Network. People die around people we all gonna have people around us that die. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes older, sometimes younger. It happens. You know what I mean? So we don't want to attribute everybody's success or everybody's status to them sacrificing a loved one, because it's not like that for real. Does it happen? Yeah, I believe it happens. But I don't think it's like that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can sacrifice other things too, man. Then we should do something on sacrifices. Because I believe, man, look, make a sacrifice or be a sacrifice. But I ain't talking about my friends or family or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about sacrificing bad habits to become a better you. You know what I'm saying? Sacrificing fucking laziness or stagnation and shit like that. Sacrifice, deprive yourself from smoking all the time. If you smoke too much, those are sacrifices too. So those are the type of sacrifices that I talk about when I say make a sacrifice and be a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to get off drugs or something, man, or before you OD and die. So you got to make that sacrifice, man, to kick that habit before that motherfucker kick you. You dig what I'm saying? So sacrifices come in all different types of ways, man. There's good sacrifices and there's bad sacrifices.
Exhaustive. If you dig deep enough, you can find at least one suspicious death associated with every celebrity. Why would a multi-millionaire who just got paid $100 million go on vacation with just his 2 male friends to Africa? It would be one thing to go to a resort in.
Now that's some shit right there that I'm thinking too. Like if there is some shit that look like that, that's the bush where the shack's at and where all the, you know what I'm saying? Where all the root working and shit going on. Where motherfuckers are seeing shit that, you know, the average person see, man, that shit will blow their mind. You know what I'm saying? So why are you there? You are either there, you're there for a reason, basically. You know what I'm saying? You there to get some type of protection or you know, they said he is part of the Yoruba culture and they practice Ifa. So I think him being there was definitely Ifa and cultural related because he wasn't born there. He's not from there. So going to the bush, going to that country and going to the bush, I definitely think it was Ifa related, cultural related. But it doesn't necessarily have to be human sacrifice.
Nigeria on the Atlantic Ocean, but AJ and his friends were in an almost entirely landlocked region, hours from the beach. Ogun State technically has ocean access, but only a 20-mile strip. Could the real reason AJ took his 2 close personal friends to West Africa be because it is the perfect place to hide a human sacrifice? Not only is black magic like juju still practiced by millions of people in the region, but the way these countries function, full of corruption and incompetence, makes people take for granted the things we are told happened. People assume the country is unsafe. Oh, AJ hit a parked vehicle in Africa? Checks out. The roads there are bad and there isn't good safety. After all, didn't Francis Ngannou just hit a young woman in Cameroon a few months ago? And didn't this woman die in the hospital? Wait a second. Didn't Francis receive an astronomically high paycheck for his fight with Anthony Joshua before the vehicular manslaughter in Africa? And didn't his son also pass away in Africa not too long before that? Africa is the perfect place to hide human sacrifices because of corruption and incompetence. I'm not saying Anthony Joshua definitively sacrificed his two friends, but the conversation needs to be had. He escaped a car crash that eviscerated his friends without a scratch. It really does seem like all of these boxers, from Mike Tyson to Francis Ngannou to Anthony Joshua, have suspicious deaths surrounding them.
Yes, Lord. This is my favorite part of the show, the commercial break. When we go over here, man, I try to pay the bills by, putting y'all on to what I got going on. I'm going to play another track for y'all, man. It's called Low Brick Vigilante by yours truly, Freddie Lotto. And it's that heat, man. Like I said, man, y'all can go anywhere and get it. Anywhere where y'all streaming music at, go get it, man. I mean, Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever y'all get y'all music from, man. Freddie Lotto, FEDDYLOTTO, one word, no spaces. I'm gonna pop up. It's gonna be heat. Guaranteed, man. Or your money back. You dig? But without further ado, let's get into this Low Brick Vigilante, man.
Yeah. The Embassy. Lotto. I'm the hero that lived long enough to be the villain. Gave niggas a lane and hood the claim. Yeah, I'm really from them fucking buildings. Did burns the cash app trying to make a killing. Piff in the air, you wasn't there, you never know the feeling. These slow niggas trying to mimic my life, like you was copping white tees from Medallion and Price in front of 135 with the dope and some rice, or hitting Kennedy Fried for some wings and a slice. The real bricks, not the fraudulent type who met they big homie on the internet banging for likes. This for them niggas that was banging for stripes. In the bounty, eat away, adolescents had to bang for your night. Hey, y'all, my feet touch, I threw the L and the B. And if boy ain't never do that, don't compare him to me. The nigga you probably under my G. And if he switch sides, then he probably under my feet. Let's get it. Grind hard, secure my own spot. Aim for the throne, so I'll be waking up the new eye. They show fake love, these niggas praying that the run stop, or we don't make it. But now we on top, on top. I'm just giving y'all the real me, spitting that pain, even the haters gotta feel me. This the results of everything that didn't kill me. I ain't full, now watch me do this game filthy, filthy. You ever felt the leather seats in the foreign? It's like the whole city outside, the engine roaring. Moon roof back, your own shit bumping through the Bluetooth, plus you holding buku stacks. Damn, my shit wavy, I'm the new improved Max. This was what the streets missing out, a real dude back. Lotto teach them how to rap, cause they study my verses and sticking to the script like it's written in cursive. It's YB double M, no religion they worship, but at your funeral the only time they in churches. And Fetty made mistakes, Fetty ain't perfect, but trust me, if I ever crossed a man, he deserved it. Nobody put me in position, but I'm working, either hustling or robbing niggas for it, shit, I earned it. Nobody put me in position, but I'm working, either hustling or robbing niggas for it, shit, I earned it.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. That's called Low Brick Vigilante. Y'all go wherever y'all stream y'all music and get that, man. By Freddie Lotto. I promise you, man, I ain't never gonna disappoint you. There's one thing I do, man, is make that music. So go fuck with it, man. And just give it a shot. You know, if I get one more subscriber, one more follower, there's one more than I had yesterday, so I'm grateful. Appreciate y'all for fucking with me. All right, back to the regular scheduled program. We're gonna close it out with Quatita, Miss Dean. I'm gonna walk with the ancestors. She the one that predicted his car crash with Anthony Joshua in the first place, and that's the reason that made me do some content on it. Because when I seen that, I was like, wow, I'm a big fan of hers. I watch her show all the time. I've been watching her for years, wholehearted believer. If she say it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And let's talk about it. If y'all don't know about her, y'all really need to get acquainted with her. Her channel is A Walk with the Ancestors. Her name is Miss Quatita Dean. And tap in with her, man. She definitely got some news you could use. And she tell you the news before it even happened. How about that? But let's get into her and her predictions for 2026. These are some of them.
Hey, something about one of these porn sites. Something about a porn site either crashes or a porn site might be being sued because of a video that they had that they should not have. I hope it ain't one that I watch. But there's something about a porn site. It could be Jay-Z. I don't know what trial that would be, but they kept showing me him, and I just didn't want to put that together because I don't know what he would be on trial for. Um, but I also kept feeling like there's going to be some other charges or allegations that are said that may be concerning him or around him. Somebody's playing a long game. I don't know. Um, Trisha Yearwood. I need to also highlight the singer Trisha Yearwood. And there's going to be about three celebrities that announces their bankruptcy. They're going to be filing bankruptcy. It don't mean that they broke. It just feels like they're going to be filing bankruptcy. Yeah, it feels like three celebrities are going to be filing bankruptcy as well. They keep highlighting March. March. Hmm. Yeah, we can. Let me listen. Okay. Now, I don't know if the file, remember we talked about the young girl that's the file that they kept saying release the Epstein file. Well, some young girl has been on TikTok and she has some way of like uncovering the redacted part of the Epstein files or the files or whatever the fuck. And she has some way she can uncover the redacted parts. I don't know if she's the girl that's the file but she said at the end of the video, that's what you get for firing your workers from the White House. So I don't know. You see what I'm saying, Destiny? I don't know if she's the file that they were talking about or what, but a lot of shit is going to be so one of these people that may be in the file, and I don't know why I'm whispering, but just listen. And I feel like they're gonna know that this is not a lie because of this point, and I haven't seen it yet, but hold on. Somebody is in these files, but it's going to be either a picture or video or something talked about their penis. Either the penis is being shown, and reason why they're going to know that this is not a fallacy, and fallacy and a phallus. You see that? You see what I did there, Jean Marie? Okay. So I want to say it's either, let me put my hands down. Maybe I'm doing about pushing energy. Um, I want to say it's either the size, because it's the size of the penis, but I want to say it's either really big or it's really small. I really want to say it's because it's the size that it's really big. Okay. And so also here New Year. Like this may have been something at a New Year's Eve party. I don't think we're talking about this year. Could be talking about this year, but I feel like maybe we're talking about one that has already passed. But it's something about the size of the penis, and maybe it's being described or there's a picture of it. There's also going to be something about snow in a place that don't typically get snow or
Well, you know, that's Miss Cordina Dean. Walk with the ancestors. I had to, you know, give out a couple of predictions, man, through her. I can't let the whole thing play through because shit, I ain't even gonna be reacting. I'm gonna be watching with y'all. But you know, Geek News Network, Freddie Lotto. You know, I definitely put a stain on your brain, and I always bring you the news you could use, man. So like, share, subscribe, man. Let's vibe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure y'all come back.
Let's get straight to it.
I can hear my mama now. Go on, baby, pop your shit.
I can hear my mama now. Go on, baby, pop your shit. I can hear my brother right now. Fuck them, nigga, talk that shit. Old gossiping ass niggas, what y'all out here gossiping about today? Since y'all love pocket watching, nigga, I did a 200 ball today. I'm